because the two Swiss you see in white on the left-hand side of your screen are actually the number 33 seeds. So they are 17 places below their Swiss counterparts, who they beat, and they give away the first point. Verge-Depre. Well played between the two of them. Ferrer making short, making it 1 point apiece. The fans have rather drifted away after the hubbub of the game before, when the low-ranked Dutch number 40 seeds of Spijkers and Oude Elfeling won through to claim third place. They said themselves, we don't think we'll make it into the next round because of the heavy defeat by Heidenborn of the USA, but they may do, you never know. Fernanda to serve. It's 2-1 to the Brazilian pairing. Cross court from Ferrer, gets herself the point, the 33-year-old. Getting up as high as she can and just cutting the ball back across the Brazilian defences. Lima was too far back in the court to cause any problems. Fernanda had to keep that in play, and she'll try and spike down through Ferrer's defences. She can't do so. Ferrer can do her best to get past Fernanda, but Fernanda ends up winning the point anyway, and it's 3-2. Well, this one really, on paper, should be one-way traffic as far as the Brazilians are concerned. But you have a feeling it won't be, as the Swiss continue to battle hard. I don't think they're as lower performing team as their seeding may indicate. To the score. Verge-Depre blocked to the net by Lima. She won gold at the 2012 Under-21s FIVB World Championships in Halifax with Nina Bechat. It's now 4-3. So Dutch get the point to change courts. Verge-Depre has a cap to proceedings. She serves into Fernanda. Lima sets for Fernanda, who wrong foots. A player who's 10 years older than her colleague Ferrer. She came flying across to try and back up Verge-Depre. Couldn't quite get back across. Fernanda, poor serve from her. Now to play it goes, making it 5 points to 4. Serve from Verge-Depre. In fact, it was Ferrer, I apologise. Comes back off the net. Played 39 tour events together. The Swiss pairing. Fernanda's there at the net like a brick wall, making it 7 points to 4. Ferrer got as high as she could, but Fernanda stood higher. Born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, standing 6'2". Played 3 seasons on the FIVB World Tour. As a play it goes, and the Swiss pick up another point to make it 7-5. Just from Verge-Depre, just 43 kilometers per hour, crunched into the net and then dropped in front of the Brazilians to make it 7-6. Anouk Verge-Depre We'll serve once more. Oh, poor from Fernanda that time. We're back to 7 points apiece. Well, that really was disappointing. She'll serve once more, the 23-year-old. Play it goes from the serve, 8-7 to the Brazilians. The enforced error. And the 23-year-old Verge-Depre. Forêt. Verge-Depre with the dig. And Forêt into the backcourt comfortably to make it 8 points apiece. Just took the touch off Fernanda anyway, as it went through off the spike of Isabelle. Forêt. Fernanda crunching down through the defences of Verge-Depre. 9-8 the score. Lovely spike from Fernanda. And Lima, Taiana Lima, goes back to serve. Forêt. Up and across court, and Lima consoled herself there. She went rushing across to the right-hand side as she faced. And Forêt just using her experience to cut the ball back across court over Fernanda, who jumped as high as she could. Verge-Depre to serve once more. Fernanda over the top of Verge-Depre, who then digs attackingly to try and put the Brazilians away, but they're far too clever for that. They move into another lead, 10-9. Probably should have set up for it. Instead, it was Lima. He made no mistake from 5'9" to make it 10-9. Fernanda to serve in the last game of the day here, and there's a fault. And it goes against the Brazilians from the serve. Straight away, the judge noticed, had his flag up. I would say no flies on the referee, but there were quite a few by the look of it. And the lights under the failing light here in The Hague. Fernanda, Verge-Depre was there with the block, and she'll go up again, but it's over the top of her this time from Lima, and it's 11 points to 10 the score. Technical timeout reached. It's been a good performance so far from young Anouk. Verge-Depre at the net, but the Brazilians just hold sway by 1 point. Discussing matters. Vergé, far more experienced of the two. The Swiss. Beach girls head off court. The beach volleyball girls head back on it. Taiana Lima and Fernanda Alves versus Isabelle Forêt and Anouk Vergé-Dépré. 11-10 the score. Lima and Fernanda lead. Lima serves. Forêt met at the net by Fernanda. Gets the point. 12-10 the score. Lima once more serving, right-hand side as she looked. Well recovered. Verge-Depre over the top of Fernanda. Lima dived. Lima will spike. Forêt digs for Verge-Depre, and the youngster makes the error, 13-10. And the problem for the Swiss here is that the Swiss head off court for a timeout, which they failed to tell the Brazilians about. What I was about to say was the fear for the Swiss is that if the Brazilians get a 4 or 5 point lead, you can't see them letting go in the first set. That's always a dangerous game. Of course, this one will pretty much decide first and second in the pool, unless Fernanda and Lima are then upset by Heidrich and Zumka, the number 16 seeds. Taiana and Williams, I can't see getting past Ferrer and Verge-Depre, but stranger things have happened, and that's where the run came from. 11 and 12 in a row for the Brazilians. Just pushed them clear of the Swiss team.
Make some noise for Team Switzerland! And make some noise for Team Brazil!
Lots to talk about for the Swiss. The Brazilian flag is proudly draped over the advertising hoardings. The tournament branding, lovely from Verge-Depre. Right hand spike past the Brazilians. Dig from Vergé, set it all up, and it was a good foot inside the line. 13-11, that's more of what they need. The number 33 seeds, if they want to get a surprise victory here against this Brazilian pairing who have so much experience. Over 60 tour events for Lima on her own. 1 gold and 1 bronze together on the FIVB World Tour for these two. Lima has 5 golds in her career. At the moment, they have a 14-11 lead. Verge-Depre sets up for her. Fernanda, tell you what, Lima wasn't far away from that at all. 14-12 the score. She really got close to it. Fernanda, the dig from Lima, but Fernanda's spike was too long. So first FIVB World Championships for Fernanda. Ferrer will serve once more. She played 29 tour events with Sarah Schmocker. Finished 17th in 2009 at the World Championships. Fernanda met by Ferrer once more. Can she get there in time? Lima gets there and puts the ball away. 15-13, the slip by the Swiss when they could have done better there. Well, Verge-Depre just allowed the dig to drift close enough to Lima, and Ferrer couldn't get there in time. Verge-Depre, Ferrer met at the net by Fernanda, but Ferrer was on her knees and couldn't get back up to help her teammate out. It goes to 16-13 now, and the Brazilians are edging closer to this first set in the dusk here in The Hague. It is 20 past 10 at night. Middle of summer, staying very light here, very late. Verge-Depre, lovely spike on the right-hand side of the net from her. 16-14, they're keeping pace, they're doing the best they can to stay as close as possible as they can. 27 minutes it took the Brazilians to see off Williams and Sekonyana of South Africa. Lima digs, Fernanda spikes, saved by the fingertips of Verge-Depre, and then Ferrer makes sure Verge-Depre did well, giving the fingertips to the ball there, and then she came back with the spike. In fact, it was the dink, and Lima couldn't quite get close enough. 16-15, interesting this one. Can Verge-Depre get them back on equal terms? Yes, she can. Wow, ace. Fernanda gets the touch, gets the point. 17-16. Verge-Depre. Vergé up off Fernanda. Lima. Vergé once more with the dig. Verge-Depre pushes it. Lima pushes it back and into the empty backcourt for 18-16. It's the stroke of luck they needed to edge ahead here. Verge-Depre digs. Vergé as Fernanda backs off with the heavy touch, making it 18-17 now as we change court once more. You can tell the temperature's dropped. The referees both have their coats on. Fernanda backed off as much as she could. Brazilians are on the left of your screen. They've got the green tops on, the Swiss in the white on the right. Lima, out it goes. The error from the 31-year-old, born in Fortaleza, now lives in Rio de Janeiro. We're hoping for a spot, of course, at Copacabana Beach, as will the Swiss girls. 18-18, Fernanda. The winning team here at the World Championships get a place at Copacabana. 19-18. Lima to serve. Vergé, 52 kilometers per hour the serve. Verge-Depre does brilliantly, but the point goes against for her reaching across the net. It brings up set point, and it's a shame for the 23-year-old Fernanda and Verge-Depre just having a conversation at the net. Can Lima close it out from here? It's been close, but the Brazilians have kept themselves ahead in the game for a long way. Verge-Depre. Vergé hits the net and crumples in front of the Brazilians onto the sand. Well, a stroke of luck going the way of Isabelle Vergé. She originates from Saint Gallen, now lives in Bern. Stands 5'10", 15 seasons on tour. Verge-Depre serves once more. Slight confusion between the Brazilians as who's going for it. Lima spikes, and Lima finishes off the set. 21-19 the score. So one set to love. Can the Brazilians do it in just two? And take their place at pole position, pool light, with just one game left to play against the 16-ranked Swiss parent. Flies are having a whale of a time in The Hague this evening with all the lights on. At the end of the set, didn't have it all their own way, the Brazilians. The Swiss will know they're still in this match. They're one set to love down. They've still got the opportunity. We'll have a look at the highlights. Great first set it was. 20 serves apiece, 23 attacks from the Swiss, 8 errors from the Brazilians, unusual for them. 6 blocks though from Fernanda at the net. Join in the conversation. Make sure you do. Hashtag FIVB World Champs. Let us know what you think of all the action from the first 4 days here in The Hague, in Apeldoorn, Rotterdam or Amsterdam. 4 stunning settings. Some unbelievable action. More to come right up to the 5th of July as we try and see who will be the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Champions of 2015. Lima is readying herself to serve. 21-19, the Brazilians won the first set. Verge-Depre digs the block from Fernanda, well recovered by the Swiss. Verge-Depre comes back and snatches the first points away. Fourier serves. Lima sets for Fernanda. Up off Verge-Depre and out of play. Not sure why the Swiss were looking over at the referee. It was blatantly obvious that it had ricocheted off Verge-Depre. Not sure what the appeal was for. Fourier. To play it goes. 2-1, the Swiss lead. Verge-Depre to serve. Into the net. Again, the youthful 23-year-old just making an error. Verge-Depre, 53 kilometers per hour, the serve. Here comes Lima once more. Verge-Depre's there. She got the deflection. That was okay that she made the second touch as it was off the block the first. Fernanda makes a mistake. It's been overruled though. Did it take a touch? We'll see better from this angle. Great responses from Lima. And Fernanda comes through. Oh yeah, took a touch. That's why. 3-2 the score. .56 kilometers per hour from Lima that time. Fernanda putting pressure on Verge-Depre, who responds with a cool, calm head and a good touch over the net. 3-3 the score. Great athleticism between the two players. Fourier serves just out for the Swiss. Change of court. The volunteers are still dancing. The crowd have calmed down a little bit as the Dutch are no longer on centre court, where they thrilled and eventually won in the men's section earlier on. Pool I. Spijkers and Ude Elferink. A mistake from Lima, uncharacteristic. Makes it 4 points apiece. You see for her, she got up. Wasn't difficult for either of them really, but they both went for the same ball. Anouk, Verge-Depre serves. Lima, Fernanda off the net. Now, I thought Lima leant across the net there, not deemed to have done so by the referee. Hard off the net. Fourier did well. Oh, she did, but the ball had come down on the Swiss side anyway. 5-4. This is where the Swiss need to be careful not to let Lima get a run of serves. Lovely serve from her, well coped with by Verge-Depre. 5-5, doesn't happen that time. Forêt with the dig, and Verge-Depre finding the sand. Forêt right-handed. Lima, Fernanda, nothing Forêt could do. Grasp at the sand as she dived forward. Forêt turns to her feet. Verge-Depre has the perfect opportunity and with the deception teases Lima, who was so close to the net, and it just felt very, very close to her indeed. Fred didn't put much into that return, and then Verge-Depre put even less. And Lima frustrated. The 23-year-old 6'1" will serve once more. Uncharacteristic mistakes, these from the Brazilians. Forêt to set up Verge-Depre over the top. Well saved, Lima. Fernanda, Lima. Now, what did the referee spot? It's gone against the Swiss. 7-6 the score. Just touching the net there. Verge-Depre. Forêt. Fernanda stands tall. Forêt once more. Again, Fernanda gets a touch, but this time it ricochets away from Lima. Makes it 7-7. Change of court once more. The Brazilians just bringing in some delaying tactics to slow Forêt down. Into the net from Lima, who responded rather poorly. Gets sand splattered all over her. She spun to try and keep the ball alive and get it back over the net. Isabelle, Forêt will serve once more. Fernanda, Lima. Verge-Depre ends up on the sand. She's back on her feet now. The Swiss need to regroup because here comes Lima. They do well. Verge-Depre out wide on the right-hand side, and they battle to the point. 9-7 now. This Swiss pairing are just edging ahead in this second set. Oh, the swerve on that from Forêt. She gets the ace. They go 10-7 up. Forêt and Verge-Depre go to the timeout. It was called by the Brazilians with a 3-point lead in the second set. They're 1 set to love behind. But at the moment, they're in the ascendancy. Still some smiles and glimmers in the eye of the Brazilian fans. And there's that run of 3 points in a row, which put daylight, or some daylight, between the Swiss and the Brazilians in this set. Lima and Fernanda just don't seem particularly to be setting the world on fire at the moment. I fear for them as they go into the next round. I think they might come up against it, and I think they might crash out earlier than some would expect the number 9 seeds. Lima doing her best, but is her best good enough for the player who finished the 2013 World Tour Points Championship in first place with Talita? She won 2 under-21 World Championships with Juliana Felisberta and Carolina Salgado. The response, though, from the Brazilians now as they come back and go 8-10. Fernanda to serve once more. Goes to Vergé. Vergé will play the ball into the backcourt where Lima sprawls across, and Vergé with the excellent save goes to try and lob the ball over Fernanda. Here comes Fernanda with the spike. She goes, delicate touch from her, and it's well won by the Brazilians. 9-10 the score now. They're fighting back once more. Fernanda, 6'2", serves Vergé. Over the top of Fernanda, who dives and keeps the ball alive. She quickly gets back up and finishes the point off superbly. 10 points apiece. Well, they did have a 3-point lead, the Swiss, but Fernanda and Lima have returned from the timeout in fine fashion. Vergé. Point goes to the Swiss. 11-10 the score at the technical timeout. Could not be closer in this second set. Yeah, just touching the net there, Fernanda. You see, that's why the whistle went in the first place. I don't think they'd have salvaged it anyway. Portuguese not fluent enough to help you out on that one on the translation. Verge-Depre, what plans have they got up their sleeves? They need something. If they lose this set, the Brazilians win the match. It's 1-0 in sets, 21-19, 11-10. It's the number 9 seeds against the number 33 seeds. So you'd expect the Brazilians to outclass the team in white here, but they're not at the moment. Verge-Depre took the touch, and out of play it goes to make it 11 points apiece. Fear continues for the Swiss that in a close match, the Brazilians will always come out on top through the experience that they hold. Oh, stroke of luck, though. That time for Verge-Depre. For it. Lima, Fernanda with a spike. Verge-Depre was there in her way. It seemed to go through the net from Fernanda. Vergé, the block from Fernanda was absolutely unbelievable, and it makes it 12 points apiece. It genuinely looked like the ball went through the net from Fernanda. She didn't seem to get high enough. Block, though, was definitely over the net and down onto the sand. Vergé. Again, Fernanda in the way. Verge-Depre once more. Lima. Great stuff from her. 13-12. The Brazilians are suddenly changing gear here. It's taken them a while to kick on. Look at what it means to Lima. Taiana Lima dancing around like she's 21, not 31. Played 28 World Tour events with Vivian Kuna, 17 with Antunes. Now her partners Fernanda. They're the highest ranked team, highest seeded team in this pool. They're looking to see off the second lowest. And currently they're 14-12 up, and you feel now that they might just about start to take the ball by the horns once more. Push on from here. Well, there's the scoring match, 41 so far, 21-19, 14-12. What fight have these two got left? What fire's left? What energy's left?
Morgen krijgen we de andere Nederlandse mannelijke matador in actie. Volgens mij rond 7:15 Christian Varos en
the teams slowly back to their feet. Lima and Fernanda will want to keep the intensity high here. They'll want to see off this Swiss pairing. Hashtag FIVB World Champs. Fernanda to serve. Out it goes. Not the greatest of starts, returning after the timeout. Lima. Fernanda through the block of Verge-Depre. 15-13. Lima to serve. Dangerous times for the Swiss. A run here, and it could be all but over. And the Brazilians could be taking their second win in two. 21-5, 21-12. They won against Sekonyana and Williams of South Africa. Here they've been pushed much, much harder. Oh, superstar Verge-Depre at the net. Rising as high as she possibly could. 15-14. I said they needed to stop Alves getting a run. And unless Verge-Depre did something special, I think that was going to happen. And she did just that. And look what it means. Vergé serves, the error comes, 15 apiece. Isabelle Vergé serves once more. Fernanda. Lima eventually back to her feet. Verge-Depre causing her problems with the block at the net. She backs off, and it was the right decision. Lima, Fernanda, Alves, lacking height but making up for it in spark and effort, making it 16-15 now with the spike. They just can't get ahead at the moment, the Swiss. Lima's experience really coming to the fore in this one. Fernanda. Almost lazy in the serve, just 50 kilometers per hour for her. She gets the point as Lima dives across to make it 16 apiece. Played in the Junior World Cup in 2001 in Le Lavador in France. Did Isabelle Vergé. The serve will be by Verge-Depre. Lima. Verge-Depre there once more. Fernanda back from the net. Lima again. Verge-Depre's there again, but it's just poked home by Lima for the point. She says once, twice, third time lucky. 17-16. Well, Verge-Depre was superb at the net once more, but eventually Lima just innovated, and Vergé couldn't get there. Just out from Lima at a point where you thought she would do no wrong. Taiana Lima makes the error. Finished 17th in 2011 and 2013 at the World Championships. Vergé steps forward. Out it goes off Lima. She wants the touch. She's not going to be given the touch. 17 apiece. In fact, it's 18-17 to the Swiss. Well, both players backed off. Vergé flapped at it, but didn't get a touch. They've changed courts. The team in white are the team from Switzerland, and it is Isabelle Vergé, 5'10", who will serve. She speaks 3 languages. Can she talk her way into a third set here? Fernanda can't keep the ball alive. It's 19-17. The Swiss are edging ahead in the second. The Swiss flags are flying. Lovely touch from Verge-Depre, and Fernanda couldn't quite get enough on it to send it back over the Swiss side of the net. Vergé serves. Fernanda digs. Lima. Vergé's there off the net. Verge-Depre was patient. Fernanda will jump and hits the back of Vergé's head. And out of play it goes. 18-19 now, but we're back with the Brazilian serve. Watch this for a response from Vergé. And then Fernanda got back up and brutally... Oh, in fact, it was the elbow of Vergé. Fernanda needs this, otherwise it's set point to the Swiss. Red digs, Verge-Depre. Brilliant stuff from the 23-year-old. Making no mistake, bringing up set point. The number 9 seeds could be taken to 3 here, and then it's anyone's game. It's anyone's guess. Lima. Fernanda smashing it into the net. 20-19 the score. And Lima needs a big serve here. Verge-Depre has to go diving. Fernanda gets the point and brings it back to 20 apiece. They had set point, the Swiss, they let it go. The error coming from Verge-Depre. It wasn't the best dig from Vergé in the first instance, and they look at each other disconsolately, the Swiss. The Brazilians need 2 more points to the match. Lima, again, Vergé just the dig going awry. Fernanda, Lima, Fernanda, Verge-Depre gets the point. 2 touches against the tall Brazilian, and it's 21 points to 20. Isabelle Vergé needs a good serve here. Lima, Fernanda, Verge-Depre straight through the defences. 21 apiece. We'll go to a change of court, and Fernanda to serve, with the opportunity to serve out the match if she can get 2 in a row. The small crowd here in The Hague are suddenly coming alive, led by the Brazilians on the far side. Fernanda serves once more. Vergé. Oh, Fernanda's there, and she's set up match point here. 22-21. Unbelievable stuff from Fernanda Alves. Vergé couldn't get it over her. Can they win in 2? Well, Fred and Verge-Depre lost the last time these two played. It's still alive. Lima can finish it. Verge-Depre to bring it back to 22 apiece, but Lima's there. A second bite at the cherry for Lima, but it's out, and it's back to 22 apiece. These two played here in 2014 on the 17th of July in the Haag Grand Slam Pool F. Alves and Lima were seeded 11th. Ferrer and Verge-Depre had to forfeit. Pressure on Verge-Depre, 22-22. Fernanda, Lima, easy. The defence of the Swiss was split and it left a lot of space in the backcourt. Match point once more. 23-22. The Swiss breathing heavily. The pressure's on them. Forêt, the touch off Fernanda. We're back to 23 apiece. You wouldn't think the pressure was on them the way they're playing. Lima receives. Fernanda for Lima. Well down by Ferrer, but now to play. And it's another match point for the Brazilians. I said in a tight game, you've got to favour them. The experience of Lima just seems to carry them through matches. Ferrer couldn't keep the ball alive. Verge-Depre just wants the court seen to. It's not going to be seen to. Fernanda delivers. Ferrer with the opportunity. She balloons it up, and Lima's touch takes it out of play. 24 apiece, we continue. Will this go to a third? Will the Brazilians finish it off in two? Was that going to be in any way? I think it just about was going to hit the line. Lima definitely thought so. Oh, the mistake from the Brazilians, and suddenly it's set point to the Swiss pair for it. And Verge-Depre, 25-24. Well, we've had some absolute rip snorters today, some brilliant games. The Brazilians can't watch. The tambourine's been put down for the time being, or at least quietened. Verge-Depre serves. Set point for the Swiss. Forêt to take it to three. Lima, Fernanda. Oh, she gets the point beautifully. 25-25. We're still going. It's an absolute shootout here at times. The defence is not the best you'll see in the World Championships this week, but it's going point for point. Attack for attack, spike for spike. Lima serves. 25-25, everything riding potentially on the next 2 points. Fernanda, 26-25. Match point once more. Forêt could do nothing about the pat of Fernanda Alves. What have the Swiss got to lose here? Potentially first place in the pool. They beat the other Swiss pair in the pool who are ranked higher than them. They won't beat the Brazilians. Fernanda blocks to finish it off. 27-25. What a match to finish day 4 here in The Hague. It was an absolute thriller. The Brazilians finally can dance. Fernanda hasn't got the energy though. Lima and Fernanda have just about won. 2 sets it took. They won 21-19, 27-25. Well, the Swiss pair can be proud. They may still make it through in second or third from the pool, especially with such a close match against the Brazilians, who will probably, from here, go on to win the pool, unless they lose to the Swiss pair tomorrow of Zumke and Heydrich. Well, smiles all round from the Brazilians. There's the statistics. 64 attacks to 63, 18 errors from the Brazilians. Well, that tells a story. That's why it was so close. Talk about it. Hashtag FIVB World Champs. 50 minutes the match went. 7 blocks for the Brazilians. Here are the highlights. We're going to go down onto the sand where Tim Simmons is talking to the Brazilian victors.
Congratulations, a great win.
Yes, a so hard match, but Fernanda played very well and a lot of blocks. And I'm now so happy because the present for her the birthday. Yes. I'm so happy, and tomorrow and more matches. It's so difficult.
A very nice present on your birthday.
Yeah, I'm happy. That was a great present. I want to give to my friends and my family. They are in Brazil, but they give me so much love and so much blessings on my birthday this day, and I'm so thankful, and I want to give this present for them.
Well, congratulations, happy birthday again.
Thank you, bye.
Happy birthday, Fernanda, 30 today. And she's won her second match here in The Hague. The Brazilians go top of the pool. We'll see you again tomorrow for plenty more from the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. Bye for now.